Hey everybody, welcome back to Gordon's Garage. In this episode, I'm tearing the bike down more, and then I'm preparing for a little road trip. Yeah, I'm going to try to do some more fun stuff on the side. It's brutal cold outside, so I got myself all bundled up. I'm out of the wind, but this thing makes a lot of wind noise. Hopefully you can hear me. Let's see if I can get up here without falling off or toppling it all over. I put the seat back on temporarily here just to see something. I was messing around with a lot of stuff, and oh yeah, that's much better. I brought these handlebars down and they made my wrist bend in because they were so high up. I brought them down just a little bit, got them the right angle, and man, they're just ergonomically correct. My wrists aren't feeling like they're in a bind. This is comfortable. Wow. Yeah, that's much better. I'm gonna take the seat back off. I want to show y'all something. Set it underneath there. I'll bring y'all over here. I'll look at the dirt that we have right here and what was underneath the gas gauge and the speedometer. Man, that was pretty rough. Anyways, that's why I'm taking it all apart. We're gonna clean all that stuff up. It's gonna be really nice whenever I'm done with it. I hope it's not too nice because I might end up keeping it because it's so comfortable to sit on. Wow. All right, well, back to work. All right, so I've got the rear fender here and got me a prying tool because I seen that there's a wire loom right here, and it can come out, but it's all attached and goes through these holes. Y'all can't see that. It goes through some holes for the tail lights and so on. So yeah, I'm just going to take my little tool here and go to work. See if I can't get this fender out to all of itself to where there's no wires to tape off or anything funny like that. Yeah. So yeah, let's get some tail lights off of a fender. All right, I'm gonna have to get rid of this thing so I can get to these mounting brackets because they have to come off, put the other ones on. And I have no idea how this comes apart, so let's cue the hyperlapse. I'll get you a look inside this bucket of a headlight. I've been pulling bolts out of it, and man, there's just a big mess of wires, and I'm just trying to get this plate of metal out, and wow, it's, I don't know if you can tell. Listen, hold my, right there is a piece of metal that doesn't want to work with me, and this doesn't want to come out. And the bolts to take this bar off are back up in here. And so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go ahead and remove one of these running lights. Yeah, there's a little toggle switch here, turns on the running lights. Yeah. So this all has to get disassembled and hanging in order to get that bracket out. But I'll have to get to that point anyways if I'm going to try to use the back bracket from the other windshield. All right, so I'll just get right back at it. Okay, so what I'm attempting to do here is take the mounting brackets that we have for the Batwing sitting over there on the table, and figure out how they're going to go on here. I've got an idea. I think they can be worked out. If you look, there's a hole here, and I can move the hole over a bit and adjust. This actually came off a Kawasaki Vulcan or something, so it's not exactly the same as the Honda. Other than that, first things first is this piece goes up top, and where the risers come through the top triple tree, there's 2 holes, and they need to be widened out. So I need the holes to be out further, and I don't want to take the top handlebar things off, because if you'll see right here, the strap is hanging onto the handlebar, and that's what's holding the bike up. So I'm going to have to reorganize where these straps are going to be, and strap this thing down somewhere else so I can take these bars loose to put this on. As far as this headlight bucket, it's I'm going to do everything I can not to take that bucket off, because everything, the whole bird nest of wires has to go through a back hole, and you have to unclip everything. And so when you have a bike this old, sometimes those plastic clips are brittle and they break apart. So if I can avoid it, I'm going to try to work around it. So yeah, if I can get this in there, it's looking very possible that I can get this mounted back up. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, so I've run into a little bit of troubles. I thought it was upside down, so I put it right up, and then now I put this on here, and for the headlight to fit right, yeah, this is the bottom one. I've got the bottom bracket sitting in the top bolt, and that means these need to be way higher. So I think I have to go ahead and flip it back over again in order for this to work. I've got a bit of gap here, but the brackets on the Batwing itself have adjustment slots, and it can drop some on that. So as long as I can get this bottom grommet where it's the top one's at, this thing's gonna fit. I've got it pretty well buttoned back in. I had to do some modifications to that bracket that I now have on top. I'm glad I didn't cut into it and make it fit the bottom first, because I had it backwards. So now I've got it right side up. These are a little bit higher up. They're not as high as I was wanting them to be, but still they're higher up. And I'm gonna go get the Batwing and try to snap it on here, see what happens. Now, I don't have this bar on yet, because these 2 tabs right here will actually fit between this bracket that goes with that fairing and the bottom triple tree, and I can just slide it in after the Batwing's on. Otherwise, the Batwing's gonna sit right close to the side of this headlight, and so are these, and I don't wanna be fighting these things in the process. So yeah, let me go get that Batwing over here. So it is on there, and I did put the seat on there and sit on it so I know how high the windshield was. The windshield actually goes right about eye level. I just hunch down a little bit and I can get behind the windshield itself. But as far as fitment on the front, it fits real nice. It's good in the square. So it's real dirty. It needs to be cleaned up. Nevertheless, we got it on there, and I've got it to where it can bolt up, and these are bolted in, this is bolted in, and so I think we're there. I think we're there. I don't know if y'all know what the backside looks like, but it fits real nice, that bag, and it looks like it's going to protect my hands pretty well from wind going across. So all right, that got that put on. And I got a toolkit put together. I got to take it back home, and there's some other stuff I have to do. That's going to be tomorrow. So yeah, I got to get prepared for this trip I'm going on. I'll tell you about that at the very end of the video, guys. Anyways, I got to book it home. It's time for dinner. I'm cold and I'm hungry, and yeah, it's time for some dinner, and we'll start this again tomorrow in the morning. Good morning. All right, it's time to go to the shop. Today we're going to take the vet. I'm going to take a little pit stop to the hardware store, and we're going to get a couple of bolts that I need, and then yeah, we're going to head out there, see if the vet can make it. I'm going to try to test it on the road, see how this goes. All right, we made it to the garage. I've got the vet in. We've got the bike here. I've just taken the tank off, and I've went ahead and put a couple of bolts in a couple of hoses so I don't get water down that. I really want to get this thing washed down. And I really want to check for oil leaks on the vet because I just took a long road trip over to here, and I want to see how well it's holding up. I have oil showing up in some spots. I want to see where it's coming from. Anyways, let's take you around the bike. Let's see how dirty that is underneath that tank. Wow, look at that. Now this is normal. You're not going to have people taking their tanks off and cleaning the dirt off the frame and stuff, but this is what I want to get to, because whenever someone goes to buy a motorcycle, they're going to look up underneath there, and it's hard to clean all that. A power washer will make quick work of this stuff. And I didn't realize this piece here is plastic. I thought it was a piece of the frame, but it's not. Somebody's bought, I think this is aftermarket chrome kit you stick on. But that's pretty cool. It kind of makes up for these empty spots. But yeah, I would also like to get in that bucket, but I'm afraid to shoot at all that electrical. I'll try and cover up some of them plugs with a plastic baggie of some kind. I need to cover this one. This goes to the gauge there on the tank. And yeah, look at how much dirt. I'm gonna knock all that off there. This is gonna be awesome. Hey, there's a radiator cap in there. That's the first time I've ever seen that. All these. I can pull that dust cover back over those. All right, well, let me get underneath the Corvette and see what kind of oil leaks I might have. I noticed some antifreeze kind of leaking out, so I need to check that. I think it was just getting warm. I thought it was my valve cover gaskets, but everything down in here looks real dry. There's no oil there at all. Yeah, I'll have to get to work on that. And I think it's the oil pan. It's got to be the oil pan. And there's a couple spots up in here I'd like to check. I don't know if they need a bolt or not, but I have all my bolts on the table here. I got to sort through, and if I'm going to put a bolt in a hole that's missing a bolt, then I got to be out here to do it. All right, so it's time to go under the car, and I hope this is one of the last times I have to get on the creeper to do this, and I get my 2-post lift put together and wired up so I can lift the cart properly. But hey, until then, this is what's gotta happen. So let's go see what's under there. There is oil here. I don't know where it's coming from. It seems like the front of the engine up here by the power steering unit. That's the best guess I've got so far, but it is running along here on the side of the oil pan and down here on the front of it. Yeah, all along the sides. I could wipe all this down and it could look a lot better. But yeah. All I can do right now is clean it all up and try to figure out where the source is. I'm going to go through and tighten up all of these just in case that's what it is. So, got the bike down. It's ready to power wash. I've covered some of the wires with the baggies so I don't get them all soaking wet. I've kind of got the vet buttoned up. I've tightened up the bolts around the oil pan. I think that is the culprit. I think. We'll see. I'm gonna drive it home, take another look, see what happens. I've got to run right now. This is gonna round off this episode. I meant to wash this bike, but I've just flat out run out of time. Earlier in the episode here, you heard me say something about a road trip. Well, the road trip might have been put on the back burner because other things have come up as well. So I don't know if that's gonna happen. I'll try to get you some good footage here, but before we go, I threw up some decals I haven't shown you yet. Let's see if I can get it in the picture. Yeah, on the side of the 2-post lift, I put up these 2 decals. One on this side and one over there on that side. Anyways, I was just looking at what I have. Maybe I can use to help clean and all that good stuff. I've got to wipe down the vet just a little bit. I've got to pull back out of here and I got to haul back into town. So maybe you'll get a little footage of the road. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Looks like the little turnaround spot here is getting a makeover. A bunch of trucks, dump a bunch of dirt. I don't think it's going to be a vacant spot for people to come hang out anymore. Anyways, a bunch of surveyors, a bunch of dirt work. Man, this used to be a little secluded spot. Guys used to like to come out here and do donuts, but not anymore. Till then, next episode, y'all have a good weekend.